Broncos country, would you trade Jaquan McMillan and a draft pick for Brian Thomas Jr.? Y'all let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe as well. But let's go ahead and dive into the rumor mill, courtesy of Diana Rossini, who published an article today with The Athletic saying that the Jaguars are listening to calls on Brian Thomas Jr., even if the move feels highly unlikely. They're also shopping for defense. Okay. Now, Ryan Edwards retweeted this and said, I have no idea why the Jags would even consider moving Brian Thomas, but this is a move I would 1,000% do if I'm the Broncos, assuming you could get away with sending a second rounder, might even consider sending my first. And I'm right there with you, Ryan Edwards. I would be ecstatic for Brian Thomas Jr. with Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant. I don't think you can think of a better wide receiver core than that, right? That compared to what we've had since like 2013, 2014, right? Man, that would be phenomenal. And Brian Thomas Jr., very good wide receiver. He's not having the best year right now. But hey, if we could get him in a vacuum for a second round pick, you do that immediately. But I have another idea. What if we could do like a third and a fourth round, that Saints fourth plus Jaquan McMillan, somebody like that? I mean, I imagine the Jaguars would probably want, a really high draft pick plus a defensive player. So maybe Jaquan McMillan would be that guy. Contract year for Jaquan, right? I don't know if he's under team control. He might still be a restricted free agent next year, but somebody, again, we're deep at corner. Jade Barron, we want him playing more as we did invest a first round draft pick in him. And I think he has played well. Yeah. Y'all let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. The one thing with Brian Thomas Jr. has been the drops. And again, you would hope that would correct out here. I think he has 6 drops PFF has notched him for this year and had 2 drops against the LA Rams this past week. But again, 6'4", 205 pounds, would be a big time red zone threat. This guy can take the top off of defense as well, has tremendous speed, and was great his rookie season, guys. As a rookie, he had almost 1,300 receiving yards and 10 TDs. Now, Liam Cohen, it's the Jaguars, it's Trevor Lawrence, it's a mess down there. This guy has a ton of more potential than what he has shown this year. And I think the Broncos should absolutely get on the phones, try and make a move for him, guys. I'm always going to be bringing up trade targets because I think this stuff is fun to talk about. Now, Ryan Edwards also showed here that Diana Rossini said the Broncos are also monitoring the tight end market, guys. We've talked about it ad nauseum this whole year. Mark Andrews. Lamar Jackson's not playing this week as they're taking on the Chicago Bears. If they fall to 1-6, maybe 1-7, I forget if they've had their bye week. 1-6. This could get messy. No doubt about it. So, I want to see Mark Andrews in a Denver Broncos uniform. He would likely just cost a day 3 pick, and it might be a future day 3 pick. Doesn't even have to be a 2026 pick. But yeah, he's gone. He's an unrestricted free agent. The Ravens absolutely need to make a deal for Mark Andrews to get some sort of return for him. 30 years old. You could play him in the Adam Troutman role. I think that he's an instant upgrade. 174 yards, 21 receptions, and 2 TDs on the year. Essentially playing without Lamar Jackson, that's fine. That's fine. He will be better in this Sean Payton, Bo Nix offense. That's how I feel about it. So y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that either of these trades are likely? I would definitely put a little bit more of my money on Mark Andrews than Brian Thomas. But man, if you're the Broncos and you see that Brian Thomas is available, guys, you have to make sure you're putting out a very competitive offer. No doubt about it. I mean, this guy's still on a rookie deal. He's still on a rookie deal for 2 more years after this season, and then he has the 5th-year option being a 5th round or a first-round draft pick. So you got 3 more years under team control. You got 3 more years before you have to give him a big extension, which we're going to have plenty of room by then. The Cortland deal will pretty much be up. I think, all the guaranteed money at least will be off the books by then. So y'all let me know how you feel about this, but I I think that this could be a win-win move. We're deep at corner, one of the few teams that are deep at corner. Y'all forget, I forget, we got Chris Abrams-Drain that can be that number 4 corner for us as well, alongside Jade Barron. So it would definitely be a risk giving up somebody like Jaquan. But if you're able to give up something less than a first round pick with him and get a guy like Brian Thomas Jr., who has shown that he can be one of the top and elite wide receivers in the NFL. Don't you think Sean Payton's frothing at the mouth for something like that? Like, subscribe, go Broncos.